As you can see, the emblem patch is complete on this part. Now, this took me a long time to shape, cut, bend, glue, peel off because it turned out wrong, glue again, cut a bit more until I get the shape and dimension. I'm going to let this dry, of course, and then I'm going to sand it down so it conforms a little bit better to the part, and then priming it. I have to say, this was an exhausting task, but I'm very, very confident and pleased with the result. The one thing I'm going to say this, trying to do the emblem here, virtually impossible. Or I just don't have the patience for some unknown reason. It just didn't seem to come out right. No matter how I did it, it just came out wrong, wrong, wrong. Not even close to a right. So I may want to skip out on this. This one actually I'm more pleased with, so I got to do the remaining 4 over there. And then I'll just put some detail around here, like, you know, around this area, and definitely detail around over here and here. So I hope you guys like this. It came out pretty well. Let's just continue now. Let's just begin focusing on building the binders. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Now that I've finished putting on the plow plate on the binder, I think it's about time for me to assemble this kit and show it off. All the cool things. First up, what I'm going to do is the thrusters. You have this unique part, which has a gap here for some unknown reason. I don't know why they did this. Maybe later on, if you guys decide to show off this more, you could fill it in with putty and then sand it down. Just put it on, put this, you know, thrusters like that. Whoops. Best thing to do is put it upside down and stick it in like that. Then getting letter C polycap and taking this part, the binder part, slide that part in there, and then you close this part like this, like so. These 2 parts goes in like this, like so as well. Now, the arm, or the extra umbilical arm, you want to take this part, and this one has to be in this position, like this. And the reason why is because when you slide this part, put it on this, it'll clamp down the arm, and then you can pull it out like that. Good detail on this. This can be easily replaced and then painted into a different color. The hydraulic arm, which will connect to this, you want to connect the one where you see the thinner part of the hydraulic arm, and the thicker part will go directly into the excuse me, the binder itself. So put this part in there, and you connect this part to this, which of course you can't go wrong because it's a smaller connection, as you can see right there, to this. And then put that on like that and close it in like this, so it looks like this. Then you have 6 bits that goes in like that. Now obviously you have to sand it down a bit because it has 3, I think I had to shave off 3 points, so you have to sand it down with a light sander. Use 800 grit if possible, or fine sanding. Otherwise you're going to peel away the design feature of this. And the last part for this is the trim for the yellow and orange. I'm sorry, yellow and orange. Excuse me, white and orange. Whoops, I did that without realizing that you got to put the white first and then the orange. Pretty much fairly self-explanatory. So there you have it. This came out good, but I'm still going to have to sand it down here. Sand this one down. This one came out too long because I misjudged it. So I'm going to trim it down a bit. But I'm going to probably put something on this, and that I'll discuss that in a later video. I put this guy here. This is in this little trim here. Thinking of putting something here, but this is unique on its own, so I'm going to leave that alone. Again, the shame I couldn't continue on here is just that it's virtually impossible and uncomfortable at this moment, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So that completes all 4 binders. Let's now move on to the final build of the Kshatriya. Okay, let us now finally put together the 1/144 scale Kshatriya. Begin with this guy first. I put an extra rod there, so there's 2 rods, which just looks okay. We got the head. I have this here, the arms. And then the legs, which goes in very smooth, surprisingly. Wow, I have to admit, this is big. I would never imagine to see this kit this big at a 1/44 scale. I thought my biggest kit, my biggest 1/44 scale had to be the Sazabi, but this one takes the cake. All right, so we got to put the actual connectors for the binders. And surprisingly, again, I'm surprised here. These parts are going down, going in nice and smooth and not giving me any problems, which is good. And now we put the binders on. You stay right there. Holy shit. Now this is huge. Give me a second while I position the camera a bit, guys. Wow. Now this is a sight to behold. The 1/44 scale Kshatriya, fully detailed and built. Interestingly enough, you do sense that even though the binders are spread out evenly, there is some sort of weird balance and counterbalance that you definitely feel on the kit. But it is a very well-designed kit. You know what? Let's get you on a pedestal. Hang on a second. And there you have it. The 1/44 scale Kshatriya, fully built and detailed and panel lined. Well, not completely detailed, but you guys understand what I'm saying. I do like what I did here. Came out really good. However, obviously, this is not the end of this video build. This kit needs to be painted, needs to be cleaned up, and needs to be modified a bit further. And it's unfortunate that now, as far as I went with this kit, certain things are happening. Of course, that makes it difficult for me to do any painting whatsoever, like the weather and the fact that it's the holidays, and I don't think I can set a airbrush system right now in a house where everything is all set up for the Christmas time and things like that. But regardless, I hope you guys understand how far I've came with this kit. I liked how I did with the detailing. I'm going to re-detail it more, especially around the legs. The arms are fine. I'm going to leave that alone. I may clean up the chest. That's a given. Back part is fine. The binders, I have an interesting idea of what to do next. Even though I'm kind of sad that I couldn't do this here, something came up to I remember seeing some sort of cool pattern on something else that I may decide to do. It's actually not a pattern like the emblem, more like, well, I'll save it as a surprise later on. Furthermore, I'm going to see if I can probably detail the umbilical arms as well, and do something here at the tips. The tips came out okay. I kind of like that, but I want to put something in the bottom, and that's going to be for later on. So this is the end of the Kshatriya build. I'd like to say thank you to iShop2Go.com for them sending me this kit. I appreciate all their support. I hope I did them good justice in making this kit. It's not completely done yet. I will do a follow-up, hopefully within the next 30 days, where I guess, well, we're kind of in winter now, so I have to see what I can do. Right now it's kind of hard with the holidays. I want to move on with other things. But once the holiday's over, once I take down my own Christmas tree, once everything gets settled in, I will then go back to this kit and go work on it a bit further. So thank you all for watching. I'm sorry this took a little longer than normal. I hope everyone has enjoyed their holiday season, and thank you again. So all of you, take care and stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come.